What's up, desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and today I'm joined by 212 IFB Pro Dectric Bo Lewis. Dectric, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You got one of the deepest voices I've actually the deepest voice of anyone I've actually ever interviewed, and it's cool because it's so strong. It's something totally different. But man, how you been? Because I've seen obviously you compete over the last couple of years in the 212s, looking fantastic, man. Like honestly, like you're always like in great condition. You got this good amount of fullness and really balanced physique. But I don't really know too much about you, and I don't think too many people really know a lot about Bo Lewis and sort of like, I suppose, how you got into bodybuilding and all that sort of stuff. So I suppose you're competing in the Puerto Rico Pro this weekend. So we'll discuss that in a little bit, but how'd you get into bodybuilding and how'd you get to where you are today?
I got into bodybuilding back when I was maybe 10 or 12 years old. I grew up watching The Incredible Hulk, and I always wanted to be there. And that's when I think I started lifting weights, probably when I was about 12 years old, and I just kept lifting. So back in 2017, I used to be a bouncer at a club. And one of the guys who worked there, he told me about a guy that he was training with, and I told him I wanted to get in bodybuilding, and that's how I got started in 2017.
So you only got started in 2017. How old are you now?
I'm 44 right now.
So you started late, man. So you started what, 5 years ago? Not even that.
Yeah.
That's insane. So you train, obviously he's training leading up to that and all that, but how big were you, I suppose, 5 years ago when you did get into bodybuilding?
I was like 250 pounds. I used to do powerlifting, so bodybuilding was just like around the corner from me. So that's all it was. But a lot of people be like, man, you just came from nowhere. No, I always been here. Y'all just ain't never seen me.
Yeah, that's rare. Someone starting at 39 and then being able to achieve, the level of physique that you've got right now. So do you think you've got how much growth do you think you have left in your physique? Because obviously starting at a later age in terms of the bodybuilding side of things, do you think you have much growth left in terms of your physique? Or do you think that size wise, you're sort of being close to maxed out?
Nah, it's like a lot of people say you can't put on your legs, or you can't grow when you're certain age or whatever like that right there. Your legs start going down. But when you see me on the stage at Puerto Rico Pro, you'll understand that, nah, that ain't necessarily true.
Yeah.
Now, I say if you already been doing it for a lot of years that you can't put on, but I can say like each year for me, I've got bigger and I've got better.
Yeah.
So like this year, I know I put some size on my legs, and I done brought my shoulders up, and it's gonna show on stage. You'll be able to notice it though.
And they're the two things that everyone says goes down with age, is the shoulders and the legs. Now, I don't know why that is in bodybuilding, but it seems like, the shoulders start to fade away and the legs start to fade away with age. But maybe that's because guys have been training for a long period of time. And then eventually, that starts to, whether it's from doing shots in them or whatever, I don't know what it is. But you've seemed to make improvements at, like you said, 44 years of age, which is absolutely incredible. So obviously you're doing the Puerto Rico Pro this weekend. We've seen the competitor list come out. I just checked it out myself just before we recorded this. It looks like you're a pretty high chance of obviously qualifying for the O this year. Is that the main goal? Like you want to try to qualify here and then just sit out the rest of the year?
Yeah, that's my goal. And also I did Puerto Rico back in 2019, and I placed second to the one and only super slice, Eduardo Carrera. That's my guy.
Yeah.
And I always said that I wanted to go back and win this show. So this is my time right here.
Are you that sort of guy, like you sort of feel like you have unfinished business at this show and you want to actually get that title? Is that sort of a driving factor?
Yeah. I can't sit back. When I'm that close, I don't play second. It's just only right with me. I got to go back. And I told the people that I was coming back to win. So I got to stick to my word. I got to go back and win this one.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now you've got, like, with your physique, like I didn't know your age or anything like that. You look young as for 44, like facially and everything as well. And physique wise, your actual physique looks, like someone in their 30s, which is really, really cool. And it shows that you'll probably be able to compete like Dexter, like until you're 50 years of age for sure. Do you see yourself competing that long?
Yeah, I always said I wanted to be the one that at least compete till I was like 50 years old. because I started so late. So I wanted to give myself a 10-year span into this. So I can see myself competing till I'm 50. But I'm like, you know, Father Time catch up with everybody. But let's say I just hope he don't catch up with me because I started a little later than everybody else.
Yeah, for sure. Now, there's been like talk about the Masters Olympia coming back next year. Now, that would be something that would be right up your alley because obviously, you know, starting later, you know, having a fresher physique and all that sort of stuff. Now, if they put up a good amount of money and that Masters Olympia did come back, you know, this year, next year, whenever, would you consider doing that?
Yeah, I'm already on it. It's already in my mind to be the Masters Olympia champion. Just look at who won. I think Vince Taylor won.
Yeah, he won a lot.
Don Youngblood won. And also Dexter. So why not?
Yeah, to add your names to, you know, that list would be pretty incredible. And obviously, you know, in the first Masters Olympia in many, many years, it'd be really, really cool to see it come back in that way. Now, but I suppose the controversy around that Masters Olympia coming back, everyone's talked about obviously the passings in bodybuilding and obviously, you know, doing bodybuilding at a later age, if you've been doing it for many years, being heavier at a later age. Now, obviously you're a, I suppose like a shorter guy because you can do the 212s and you've got a lot of muscle still. Probably saves you a little bit in that way. It's probably a benefit being a shorter guy in general. But are you concerned at all about those, you know, potential health ramifications from bodybuilding, or is it something you love and you just want to do it regardless?
I love it, and I'm aware. I'm aware of all that. Like not too long ago, I went and got myself checked out. This was before the passing of Cedric. I made my appointment like that Monday to go get my heart checked out. And then I get a call saying Cedric passed that Tuesday. So I was in the making of doing that type of stuff. Me, I know I'm older than a lot of guys who are on stage. So I take my health serious. So if anything I don't feel right, I'm going to get it checked out. Blood work, heart, lungs, all that. I get all that checked out. Yeah, I don't put grabs.
Yeah, that's great. So what do you do for like careers? What's a normal day for Bo Lewis look like?
I get up probably 6 o'clock in the morning, go train a couple clients and come home, take me a nap, get back up, go to the gym, train myself. And after that, my day is over with. I eat, sleep.
Nice life of a pro bodybuilder. That's killer. So with obviously, you know, being a pretty high likelihood that you'll qualify for the Olympia this year, I predict that you definitely will. At the Olympia, how high do you think you can go in 2022? Because with, you know, potentially Derek Lunsford moving up to the Open, you've obviously got Sean Clarita coming back, who's looking pretty huge right now, obviously for a much shorter guy. Where do you think you can place, I suppose, like best case scenario in 2022?
Best case scenario, I look at them guys and see what they physique did, how they built and how they look and how the judge is looking at the competition. And put it like this, if I feel out the way I should, the way I know I can shake that top 5 up real easy. But I got to make sure I make the adjustments to my physique though. It ain't just no coming in 80% diet, got to be on point, condition got to be, I'm talking about A1 condition. Then if you look at them guys up there now, Derek Lunsford got the best back on stage, Sean Clarita, full as a tick. Then you even got Kamal up there. Kamal gonna always bring that condition. Then you got other guys. You got Angel. Angel look good. For a short bodybuilder, he is thick. Then you got what's the guy name out of Brazil? He just went not too long ago.
Trying to think now. I keep thinking Eduardo Correa when you say Brazil, so I'm trying to think.
The dreads, the long hair now.
Oh yeah, Lucas Coelho.
Lucas look good, and I think Lucas been planning on doing open. You got guys like that, they out there, but you got other guys that's hungry, and I'm not talking about for one plate. You got other guys like me. I want a refill. I need something else, so that ain't gonna do nothing but motivate me. By looking at them guys and I know they working, that's gonna push me even harder.
And it seems like with 212 as well, like it's so close. Like after those, maybe those top couple of guys, like from pretty much third down to 15th. It's so hard to predict like one of these contests. Normally when I do like my predictions in the 212s for like the top 10, there's a whole bunch of guys that are like, what, you don't have me in the top 10? I'm like, look, you could be fifth, but I don't know where to put you, you know what I mean? So it's so close among all those 212 guys. But like, you know, if someone misses the mark a little bit, like we saw with Keon when he did the 212s, I believe last year, he slipped a long way because he was slightly off. So it's one of those things that if you come in razor sharp, I think Nathan Epler, he really came in sharp and he did really well, you know, and I didn't predict him, I don't think, in my top 10. So I think anyone on their day in the 212s can jump up a long way or fall a long way, depending on what sort of package they bring to the stage. So it must be exciting, obviously, going into that. You know, obviously you haven't qualified as yet, I don't believe, for 212 Olympia, but, you know, going into Olympias thinking that, you know, if I hit it right, then you can place really high.
Like I'm looking at Nathan and everybody, a lot of people, I've been knowing Nathan. Me and Nathan been talking for a long time now. Like me and Keon. And I always said if Keon nail his condition, Keon is a dangerous man.
Yeah.
He know he just got to nail his condition. Nathan gonna bring it. Yeah. Nathan just a guy in the 212. To me, I think Nathan probably be on his way to the Open. I don't know personally, but Nathan got that kind of physique. He might be on his way.
Yeah, I actually sent him a posted under one of his photos today that I saw he put up. I said, when are you competing next? And I said, open question marks, because he's looked like he's packed on a bit of size. But yeah. So with obviously your background being in powerlifting and all that sort of stuff, do you think that's what developed your physique to look the way it looks now? Because it looks like you got a lot of density on that physique. It looks like you obviously, you know, and you have been training for many, many years. Is that what you think what developed your density to your physique?
Yeah, I used to lift heavy. I'm talking about, this was like back in the day. I used to do stuff that a lot of people probably be like, hey, why you doing that? Yeah. I was doing just back in the day with a lot of people won't believe it, but you know, I was doing lunges like 300 and
300 pounds.
Just walking lunges. Me and my crew, we used to go out there and just lunge. Then lift heavy incline, 405 and stuff like that, 500 on the incline. But you know, that what built my physique right there. Now I know it. A lot of people don't understand what powerlifting can do. It can help you, but it can also hurt you though, because you can get too strong to where your muscles won't fire. And you just had the powerlifter look. But luckily for me, I transitioned over real good from powerlifting to bodybuilding.
Yeah, it seems with powerlifting, some guys, like, you know, obviously once you, like you said, you overload too much, it seems like a lot more goes on to the tendons and ligaments and all that sort of stuff and supporting muscles rather than the muscles you're actually trying to target. But obviously you were able to harness that. And I have seen some powerlifters that, you know, develop really well under those heavy loads, and maybe they're just, you know, their technique's slightly different or whatever, and they're actually able to develop a lot of muscle. But like you said, I've seen some powerlifters squat some crazy weights and they've got like really small legs. And it's like, how does that even support that, you know? So it seems like obviously your muscles fire and it's worked well for you.
Look at Akeem. Akeem came from the same background. Look how big he is from switching over. Now he got a monster physique out there. That's kind of look like, you know, that powerlifting work. When you see it, it worked. You just got to know how to make the bodybuilder. That's all.
What was your biggest lifts among like the, you know, the main three big lifts, like the bench, the deadlift, and the squat at your strongest?
525 was my biggest bench. My deadlift, I deadlift like 7-something one time, and I squatted like 7-something one time.
Nice, that's strong as hell. That's very strong. And what body weight were you then? Like 250?
Yeah, I was about 245, 250 then.
Yeah, man, that's impressive. That's crazy. And obviously it shows in your physique.
I would lift the look though. You know, I was eating whatever I wanted to. So, you know, a lot of that food, it's bad for you, but it's good for you when you powerlifting. So it helped me out.
For sure. I mean, I didn't even know that, like, from when I was 17, I just got, you know, that dirty off season, dirty bulk sort of thing. And I just got fat. And I was so amazed at how much my strength went up, you know, like it was like crazy. I was like, oh, 17, you know, benching, you know, not even much, but at the time it's still more than I bench now because I just got fat and off season, you know? So it's one of those things that, you know, having that extra weight behind you and eating, you know, big, obviously it helps with powerlifting a lot. And I used to see the guys in my gym, you know, they would just eat a lot of crap. I'd eat their protein, but they'd eat a lot of crap around it. So, and obviously help them. But obviously the Puerto Rico Pro this weekend, I'll put up the competitors list as well so people can see it. I'll put that in after this interview. Is there anyone on there that, because you got a lot of different names on this competitor list, is there anyone you know there or anyone that you think's going to be, I suppose, like contending with you for the win?
Oh, my guy Oswald, he gonna be there. Me and him done competed. Oh, we did Puerto Rico together back in the day. Then I got my guy Ryan Walters. He from here. He gonna be there. Then I got the Cuban Freak. That's my guy too. I like him, so he gonna be there. So I'm looking forward to seeing them guys.
Yeah, for sure. You predicting a win for yourself this weekend, though?
Yeah. You know, I don't prepare myself for second at all. You know, every time I go in the gym, that's my mind right there. Like, look at what these guys making me do, so I'm gonna make it hard on stage. If I think you doing 12 reps, I'm gonna do 13. Just because you making me do 13, now I'm gonna make it hard on you on the stage. So I'm gonna put 10 more pounds on there. I'm gonna do 13 or 14 more reps. So yeah, I can't wait to show y'all what I'm be working with in a minute. And let's just hope the judges see it my way this weekend.
Yeah, for sure, man. I can't wait to see it and can't wait to see what you bring to the stage. Now, one more question before we wrap it up. Is anyone coaching you in particular for this contest, or do you do it all yourself?
No, I got Andrew Vu, and
Oh, nice.
That's my guy. That's my partner. That's my friend. He get me on point and keep my mind like, you know, us as a bodybuilder, we overthink things and we looking at it and I'm like, man, my body ain't changing or whatever. But when I see check-in picture in here, he'll send back and be like, hey man, you tripping. I'm looking at the picture. So, you know, I overthink things a little bit, but I trust in what he say. Yeah. Then I got some help from a couple more people that helped me out here. Like Tony Haynes, good friend of mine, and he'll look at me and he'll tell me what's right or what's wrong. He don't like what I say, he gonna tell me straight up, hey, you ain't doing something right or whatever. You need to tighten up or whatever. And I got a couple more people also to help me out.
Yeah, well, you've been learning on the run, man, because you're only in your 5th year of bodybuilding. And I know myself, man, years and years into your career or into competing as an amateur or a pro or whatever, you still play those mind games and they get different every time. You know, you miss your conditioning one time and you think, wow, I've got to be ultra conditioned next time. And you bring yourself in flat and then you go, oh, okay, well, I want to be full. And then you constantly play these mind games day by day. One day you can feel full and big, and the next day you can be like, oh, I'm fat, you know, and then just totally play those games on yourself. So
yes, man.
Yeah, so I think everyone plays that game themselves. So I'm glad you got some good, obviously, advice with Andrew Vu, and you got a good crew around you. But man, do you have any sponsors or anyone you want to thank before we wrap up this interview?
Yeah, I want to like I said, thank Andrew, thank Tony Haynes, thank Team Diesel, my sponsor Celsius and Northern Chill, Protan, and also Iron Fit Nashville, and Iron Fit Supplements. Them my sponsors right there.
Awesome, man. I have to get on some of that Celsius stuff because, man, I've got 2 kids and trying to work late at night and all that sort of stuff. I need to stay awake. So that stuff looks good.
Celsius and Northern Chill, the best water out there. If you haven't tried it, try them. They got the best water out there. That's them the same ones we had Olympia about 2 years ago, I think. And that's the best water out there to me. I drink that water straight out. I don't have to freeze it or nothing. I can drink it straight out the box.
Man, I was seeing that some people competing in the Olympia, they're sending out like pallets of water to people. I was like, holy crap, that's insane.
Yeah, and I still got a little bit over here. I got one sitting on the counter right now. I'm finna go grab.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Sweet. Well, thank you so much for coming on Desktop Bodybuilding, man. We'll have to definitely do this again. If you do win that show as well, and I'm predicting you will win that show, I'd love you to come back on even just for a 5-10 minute interview, just to give us a recap of the contest and how it all went down. But everyone, make sure you check out Dectric Bo Lewis on Instagram. I'll pop his page up on here as well, and you'll see his tag or whatever at the bottom of the screen. So make sure you do check him out on there. So for Xavier Wills, Dectric Bo Lewis, we are out. Hope you guys enjoyed my interview there with Dectric Bo Lewis. That interview is actually intended to be out before the Puerto Rico Pro, where he placed second in the 212s, but unfortunately I got the flu really bad and was out of action for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. So sorry to Dectric for actually not getting that out beforehand, but I hope you guys enjoyed that interview regardless. And if you did enjoy this interview, please give this video a thumbs up, smash that like button, also subscribe and hit the notification bell button. That way you'll be notified of every video that goes up for myself, Xavier Wills, Desktop Bodybuilding. And we have a new podcast coming up as well. It'll be out next week, so make sure you do subscribe so you don't miss out on that one, featuring Nathan Diasha, myself obviously, Brett Wilkin and Martin Fitzwater. It's going to be absolutely awesome. It's going to be a longer form podcast, something different to what I've done on this channel before, so make sure you guys do support that, and when it goes up, get even comments, like it, share it out and all that sort of stuff, so we can continue to actually do that podcast as well. So that's it for this one. For Xavier Wills and Dectric Bo Lewis, we are out.